What's up, y'all? It's your boy Varkees Charles, man. I'm back with another video. First off, shout out to my barber. You know what I'm saying? He did me right. But you clicked on this video because you might be financially lost in life, or you might be lost in life in general. And these are my suggestions that you should take if you are in this point in your life. And you can either take them with a grain of salt, or you can take action and apply yourself and see what happens. We'll start with number one. It will be getting your CDL. You get your CDL, it could potentially change your life. For the most part, you won't ever have to worry about a job again. As far as a trucking job, as long as your vehicle history is up to par, you're good. Now there is some drawbacks. It is a sacrifice you might have to take as far as like not being able to be with your if you have a family, not being able to be with your family for either if you're local for most of the day, most of the week. But if you're regional, it's either gonna be most of the week, and then if you're over the road, it's pretty much most of the month. You are probably home maybe a week or as little as 4 days, 4 days a month. But there's definitely some good money into that. If you go over the road, regional or even local, man, you're making, but depending on the company, depending on the freight, depending on the load, your pay, your mileage pay, things of that nature. Anywhere between 1,000 to 1,800 a week. Okay, now that is some good money, but like I said, it is gonna come with a sacrifice. You're gonna have to sacrifice your mind, body, and soul for X amount of time, and it is a disclaimer. It might not be for everyone. I hear that a lot. Uh, Another thing that comes with getting your CDL is it's it is life changing. It is life changing. But you have to have a strong enough why to do so. Okay. Now, if you're in debt, I would suggest you getting your CDL, wipe out that debt as quick as you possibly can within 1 to 2 year time frame. If you have a family, if you have kids, you can definitely set them up for the future. If you in it for the long haul, or if you just want to, make sure the bills and stuff paid, you guys, make sure your kids are fed, there's food on the table, things of that nature. Or if you single with no kids, whether you're a male or a female, and you don't get your CDL because you want to invest in a business or anything of some sort, go for it. Definitely get your CDL and rack up that money. But like I said, it is going to be there's some drawbacks mentally on your body, sometimes maybe even your soul and your spirit. But even if it's not for you, at least give yourself a pat on the back for even trying to, better yourself, taking a risk, facing your fears. I know for me, like I had a fear of driving something like that, you know, to that degree, that large of a vehicle. And it's rewarding. It's rewarding. You accomplish something. You accomplish something. But moving on to my next point, the second thing I suggest you do is go to the military. Now, I'm not a veteran, but I know a few people who, that served in the military, um, Army, uh, Marines, Air Force, you name it. And for what I hear and what I researched, uh, going to the military can be very beneficial. For starters, a lot of people may go to get some type of structure and, that structure and discipline to get themselves right, to put themselves in a better position. They might have a crazy, you know, past back home, and they stay home, they probably be either, dead or in jail. And the military might have probably changed their life and saved their life for that matter. Going to the military, you can also get, you know, education and training in general. Another reason you may join the military is to have skill development. There's definitely a plethora of things in the military you can definitely learn and apply it to the real world out here. You can stay in the military for, you know, maybe fill out your 4 year contract or actually stay there for do your whole 20 years and retire and live off, your pension, the military pension from the government. Those definitely benefits and military discounts for the rest of your life. Uh, my father, he was in the military, and when I see him buy certain things, we at a restaurant or something, and I see him utilize his military benefits, I be like, dang man, I should have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late. I'm only 25. So that still might be in the works. Depending on where my life goes from here. But yeah, definitely going. If you go to the military, you're definitely gonna get something out of it. Now, like I said, again, this may not be for everybody, but if you lock in and apply yourself, like I got a homie out in Arizona right now, actually, and he loves it. He loves it. He's been in there since I think since 2019, and that man got big, and what I'm saying, he doing his thing, man. He got his benefits, got a new car. He living his life out there, and I'm very proud of him. But yeah, the military is definitely something very, very beneficial if you feel like it's the right move for you. Also, do your research on all the branches before you enlist and talk to a recruiter and make sure which branch is right for you, and go from there and see how it works out for you. For my third suggestion, last but not least, I would say go to trade school. A lot of people may take this path, and also with the CDL, military, and trade school route, because college isn't for everyone. You may go to college and you may think it's a waste of time. You might even think it's a scam. To each his own. Me personally, I didn't go to a real university, but I did go to college. Um, but yeah, if you go to trade school and get yourself a trade, there's job security in that as well, and these could potentially earn up to 6-figure careers along with CDL as well. You go to the trade school and end up being a welder, electrician, a plumber, a HVAC technician, things of that nature. Do your research on what can you see yourself doing, and lock in on that plan. Now you don't have to do that forever. Definitely not do it forever, but it's definitely a way to set yourself up. If it's just you, it's definitely to set your family up. You have a family, definitely get the bills paid. Um, and you won't have to pretty much worry about too much, because everybody's going to need something to be fixed, something to be built, something to be mapped out, or anything of that nature. Something's always going to break, and we always going to need those type of people in the world. And that's why I believe trade school or getting into a trade could definitely set yourself up, if you lost in life in general or even financially. So that's just my little spiel. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I know like maybe 80% of y'all are not subscribed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Why? Because it's free 99. It's free. It don't cost nothing. Drop down in the comments and let me know what kind of path you willing to take. Whether get your CDL, military, get a trade, or have you even taken these paths at all? Drop your experience down in the comments, man. Let's chat. As always, if they can do it, so can you. Achieving greatness awaits. I'm out.